Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Yeah, I got a real good feeling. guys, what's going on? Jebb here, and in today's video, we are going to be doing a ton of technical analysis on the big three. That is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano. As you guys already know, Cardano just broke all-time high and is currently sitting just under $1.70. We've been talking about how we believe on this channel Cardano is about to break all-time high and rally back to $2 for the last couple of weeks, and it has finally happened. We're also going to be discussing Bitcoin and its rally over the last couple of days. I talked about in yesterday's afternoon video how Bitcoin needs to break $59,000 to continue its uptrend, so I'm going to be giving you an update on that, and then we're also going to be talking about Ethereum and where it heads from here. We have the potential for Ethereum to be going to $8,000 by the end of July. We're going to be talking about why on today's show. We are joined, as always, by your president, non-crypto Tim. How you doing, Tim?
What's up, everybody? I just want people to know I've already seen 2 comments about it. I will be saying that being said today because, as I said yesterday, anytime I said the phrase I was going to buy 2 Dogecoin, and someone asked what...
No, you said 1 Dogecoin per, right?
I was going to buy 1 Dogecoin per phrase per time I said the phrase. That being said,
you said it once, by the way. I have a tally over here.
Here's the thing. I'm going to say it a lot during the stream. Yes. And here's why. Because I purchased it on eToro, and I don't know about the long... I'm not going to say eToro is completely stupid, but I'm telling you guys, first of all, it made me... it only let me buy things in packs of $25. So I had to buy freaking 39 Dogecoin yesterday.
Yes, 39 Doge.
So I have 37 free times I can say it. So how many times have I said it today?
You actually have 36. You just said it once this stream.
Okay, good. So that's all right. I still have 36 more times I can say it.
Yep.
So there we go.
So you had 2 yesterday. I got a tally over here. We're up to 3. You got 39. Cool. Guys, we are also joined, as always, by our producer, Smay. Smay, you're back. How you doing, bud?
Hi, everybody. I'm back, and look at me. I look like a thumb.
How's the tooth feeling?
Oh, my tooth is, it was just an inspection. I got to get a root canal on next Wednesday.
Oof.
That's going to be stinky. But,
root canal, that's almost, anyone holding XRP, what feels worse, a root canal or holding crap? I wonder.
Speaking of rotten tooths and Wednesdays and XRP, that Wednesday that Smay is going to be gone coincides with the Wednesday that Jebb is going to be gone. So it looks like it's just going to be me on Wednesday this coming week. So that's going to be fun. So make sure you guys bring in all your friends because I have no idea what's going to happen on that stream. And that might be the most fun part about it.
It has been 3 minutes since I said, hey guys, what's going on? Jebb here. And we haven't gotten a single like since I said that. What's going on? We still got 15 likes. We have 15 likes before we started.
You know what make them like the stream? Maybe if we run this ad real quick.
Ooh, let's see it. Let's do it.
All right. Let's check this, guys. Check this out, guys.
Execute Order 66.
Yes, my lord. Use coupon code May4th for $66 off the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. Link in the description.
Do it.
All right, we're back.
We are back, guys. If you want to join the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, May the 4th be with you, my friend. You can use coupon code May4th 2021 at checkout to get $66 off CT2A. That sale will only be lasting another day and a half. It is over at midnight tomorrow, and there won't be another one running for a while. It will not be extended no matter what. A lot of people are joining it right now. You don't want to miss it. Smay, I don't know what you said in the ad. I actually haven't seen the little lightsaber part. What did you say?
I've never seen the end of that.
I never saw that. That's news to me. What did you say? Oh, he said, do it.
Do it.
Do it. Buy the course. Do it.
Do it.
Just do it. I messed up my whoop. Dang. A lot of people want to know what this is, by the way. It's not jewelry. It's a fitness tracker. I use it for working out. Anyway, guys, we have a lot to talk about in today's stream. We're going to start off with some Bitcoin. I think my thing's messed up because it still says we're at 15 likes.
We're at 334 likes, so your thing
my thing's just messed up is what it is. Smash that like button if you are excited. We're going to start off the show by discussing a little bit of Bitcoin. Isn't that right, Tim?
Yes, sir.
Let's go ahead and start over on my screen. I want to talk about a news article over here about U.S. banks. We have some very interesting news coming out of the United States and the banking sector, and we're going to use this to lead into our analysis on Bitcoin today. Crypto investment manager NYDIG will help U.S. banks offer their clients Bitcoin-enabled services. NYDIG wants average Americans to be able to purchase Bitcoin through their existing bank accounts. That's a big deal, guys. One of the big issues for mass adoption of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies is a lack of user-friendliness. It's a lack of user experience. Any web developers in chat, give me a 1 in chat if you understand how important the user experience is to someone adopting your product and purchasing your product. If people are going to use Bitcoin, then it has to be user-friendly. That's why banks adopting Bitcoin, even though that's not the the end goal is an on-ramp. It's called an on-ramp because it helps people get involved in the space, and then after they really understand the space, they'll go the extra mile to do it the right way. But getting involved with the banking sector is actually something that can help us. Let's read on. New York Digital Investment Group, NYDIG.
You're not on the right screen on here.
Yeah,
Not on the right screen.
No, I was like,
CQA.
I thought you were trying to do that, but it wasn't popping up.
I'm reading the article on Decrypt.
It is showing as Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy.
What?
Give me a second.
That's weird. Okay, well, Smay's messed up. Let's go ahead and go back to full screen, and I will discuss this while he is working on correcting that. You can see on my screen, right, Smay? On that?
Let me see what happened.
All right, we're having some technical difficulties, but that's okay, guys. Here's the point. NYDIG has come out, and they're talking about how many hundreds of U.S. banks are going to be helping to adopt Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies on their platform so that you are able to buy Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies on banks. I'm going to read on here from the script, even though you can't see it, or not the script, excuse me, this article, even though you can't see it. Smay, you're going to be working on that behind me, right? We have an issue over here with the splitter. Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to read on here. Even though you can't see it, you can just follow along with me.
Have that website up at all?
Yeah, you can see it on my screen.
No, I mean the other one.
Which one?
It's basically showing CT2A.
What do you mean the other one?
I mean, it's frozen.
Okay, well, it's frozen. We're going to fix it. That's okay. He says what we're doing here is making it simple for everyday Americans and corporations to be able to buy Bitcoin through their existing banking relationships. Patrick Sells, head of the banking solutions over at their company, says. Let's go ahead and mute that so no one can hear that. The partnership will see FIS provide a user-friendly interface for Bitcoin trading services through its Digital One mobile app, while NYDIG, a subsidiary of New York-based asset manager Stone Ridge, will take care of custody and trade execution. Additionally, FIS Ventures, the venture arm of FIS, has invested an undisclosed amount into NYDIG from exchanges to banks. Currently, those Americans who want to purchase Bitcoin can do so via cryptocurrency exchanges like Coinbase or Kraken, some other ones like Gemini, Robinhood, Square, etc., and also through PayPal, while traditional banks have yet to offer Bitcoin-enabled services to their customers. Guys, the entire point of the banking sector is to provide financial services to the populace, so if we get the banks online working with Bitcoin, even though Bitcoin stand opposed ideologically to banks, it would actually very much help the Bitcoin movement. It says here, while traditional banks have yet to offer Bitcoin-enabled services to their customers, that situation is rapidly changing, with financial institutions beginning to explore the possibility of adding cryptocurrency services for their clients. Tim, this is something that you have talked about and that we've talked about here on the show before, about how multiple different large investment banks are trying to get financial services around Bitcoin online because their customers are demanding it.
Yes.
Right.
I think I fixed it. Can you go
try
pull up a chart or something?
Let's see. I will pull up the chart. I'm on the Bitcoin chart. What does it look like?
Sweet.
Yay!
We fixed it.
There we go.
Let's go. Round of applause in chat for Smay fixing that technical difficulty.
Kind of.
Fix the framing.
Anyway.
Hold on, go back to the chart just real quick. Sorry, guys.
There we go.
I just got to make sure
Hello.
this is all set up.
Make sure the rest of the stream is good.
Yes, indeed. This is the chart we're going to be doing some analysis on here in a second, so stay tuned.
This is the thing in the crypto world right now. We are clearly in altcoin season. So,
yes.
So we have Ethereum buzzing, we got Dogecoin buzzing, we got XRP buzzing, we got all these things buzzing. Bitcoin does not seem as big in terms of news right now, other than the price going down. That being said, people who are involved in investing and people who are wanting to see their money go up, they are behind the scenes demanding that their banks and demanding that these big companies are getting involved with Bitcoin, because when it comes, this is what Jebb talks about, stream after stream after stream after stream. Bitcoin is the end all be all. It doesn't mean that projects like Ethereum, Cardano, I'm not all the rest of them, it doesn't mean they won't be here. It just means that eventually people who are being wise with their money are going to move their money into Bitcoin long term to fight against inflation, to continue to develop and establish what their wealth is. Because there will be a moment in history, looking forward, there will be a time where we measure our wealth in how much Bitcoin we own, not in how many US dollars we own or anything else.
Yeah, and those innovators, those futurists who do that now are going to reap the rewards in the future. That's one of the things that I try and do, guys. I don't measure my wealth in US dollars anymore. I try and measure it in Bitcoin, and I'm very happy to see that number continuing to go up, not only in the US dollar metric, but also on the Bitcoin metric. Thank you everyone who has just joined the channel, by the way. We just hit 99,000 subscribers. 99,000 subscribers, but I suppose a Bitcoin ain't one.
Good question someone asked is, why would a bank allow such a thing that is so detrimental to them? Jebb, do you want to answer that question?
Because the banking system by its very nature is incredibly short-sighted and doesn't know what's good for it. That's why. The banks have traditionally done what is best for them in the... Look at the 2008 financial crisis. Why did that happen? Subprime mortgages started getting doled out like candy corn at a freaking state fair to all kinds of people that should not have been buying houses that got foreclosed on and caused a $1.3 trillion housing bubble that led to the 2008 financial crisis that put my dad out of work and messed up my childhood. I have a visceral relationship to that. And the reason it happened is because the banks started doling out loans that they shouldn't have been doling out because the government said, we will back you if those loans go on in default. All of that to say, the banks do what they want to do to make money now and discount what matters in the future. So them getting involved in Bitcoin now, if it looks like it's going to make them money, they're going to do it, even if it's to their own detriment, because they are, by their very nature, short-sighted. It's a good question.
Well, even that, like, it's more like they don't want to be left behind, because if this is being demanded by so many people and then I don't do what is being demanded of me, then they're going to go somewhere else. And that is perfect. That's exactly what we want. We want the people telling the banks what to do.
Exactly.
Not the banks telling the people what to do.
Yes. Jake Perry just donated $10. Says, smash the likes and get CT2A. I just signed up last night. Jake, tell us in chat, how are you liking it so far? Guys, if you haven't already, join the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. As soon as I finish this little pitch, we are going to be doing some technical analysis on Bitcoin. But if you want to learn how to do technical analysis on your own, which is an incredibly important skill set if you want to become a profitable trader and investor, I can teach you how to do so. The link is in the description box down below, and thousands of students have gone through that academy. There's a full 14-day money-back refund guarantee, and almost no one ever uses it because it's a good product. With that said, let's go ahead.
And then use code May the 4th, 2021.
Use coupon code May the 4th, 2021 to get $66 off at checkout for order 66. Yesterday was May the 5th be with you. We're going to jump onto my chart. We're going to do some Bitcoin TA, guys. As I said in yesterday's live stream at 2 o'clock, we do a 2 o'clock live stream for about 10 minutes in place of our old videos. I said in that video that $59,000 was the price to beat for Bitcoin, and I am absolutely confident that that is the level we need to be paying attention to, and I'm somewhat confident, not as confident, but somewhat confident that we're going to break it. Let me explain why. Bitcoin has an inverse head and shoulders pattern that is currently in the process of attempting to break to the upside. We have talked about that in many streams, so I'm not going to harp on that, but we do know that the price target sits above $65,000. The question now is, when is that going to happen, and is that price target going to come true? I think it's going to. What we need to see happen is we need to see these higher highs continue along with these higher lows. What is an uptrend? An uptrend is a consecutive movement in the market that happens time after time. It's a trend, so it's something that recurs, that is defined by having higher highs and higher lows. You can notice on my chart right here, 1 high, 2 high, 3 high, all three are higher. All three of them are higher than the former. We can also see 1 and 2 lows here. They are higher than the former, so we're in an uptrend. It kind of looks like Bitcoin's trading sideways, but technically speaking, this is an uptrend. For this to continue being an uptrend, however, this high right here needs to be set higher than the previous high over here. The previous high, this number 3 right here, is currently sitting at $59,000. If Bitcoin wants to go into a rally, obviously it needs to break $59,000. So the question on our minds is that going to happen? I think it's going to, and I'll show you exactly why. There's a formation right here that anyone in the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy will know. We have a video down here called Introduction to Candlestick Analysis. And in that video, I am going to teach you how to do analysis on what I'm seeing right here. This that I just drew with these 2 lines is called a bull flag. Why is it called a bull flag? Well, it looks like a flag with a flag pole right here, with a flag right here. You could see like, there's the stars and bars. Boom, there's your flag. It looks like a flag. That's why it's called a flagpole. What this is it's a trading channel. Notice this trading channel has a parallel level of resistance and a parallel level of support. They're both at a 90-degree angle towards each other. See that? How that is a perfect trading channel. They're not converging on themselves, or this would be a bull pennant. It is a bull flag. Why is it bullish? Because the market moved to the upside before it moved into this flag, so it is a bull flag. What do we do with this? Well, what we want to do is we want to measure our bull flag here, the flag pole. This is the flag pole right here. And then we're going to use that flag pole and we're going to extrapolate it out from the bull flag. This gives us a price target. In this case, the price target is $60,500. Based on the principles of mass psychology that we teach over in the academy, with this video right here, mass psychology. Remember, all of technical analysis is simply trying to figure out what the rest of the market is thinking. The rest of the market is going to be looking at $60,000 as resistance. All of that to say, if our price target is $60,500, the closest big even, a nice simple number that everybody's going to be able to relate to is $60,000. I would say our price target is $60,000 for this. Wouldn't say it's $60,500. I'd say it's $60,000 because it's close to a big even. I hope that made sense. So So with that said, $60,000 is obviously larger than $59,000. So that's one data point that we can look at. Let's look at a few more. One of the things I want to point out is the RSI on the hourly chart. Why the hourly chart? Because this is a pattern that is taking between 4 and 48 candlesticks to play out. That exists down on the 4-hourly chart. That's something that we're going to be teaching in future videos about what kind of candlestick for what time frames you should be looking at. In this case, just take my word for it. We want to look at the hourly and the 4-hourly chart. The 4-hourly chart is something we're going to talk about in a second, but as for the hourly chart, we can see the RSI is only sitting at 56, despite Bitcoin being in an uptrend. Now, it's moving to the downside over the last 2 hours, but generally speaking, the last 2 days have been relatively bullish for Bitcoin. Even with this current correction, we are still up 8.5% in a day and a half. I think that based on the RSI and based on the MACD, which is bullish, about to turn bearish, but really this is sideways momentum, that we are going to continue rallying to the upside. One final thing before we go back to full screen and discuss is that over the last 3 days, we have seen a substantial amount of volume, which is a confirming indicator for the movement that we are in, which is an uptrend. So let's go back to full screen. Let's discuss this. Any questions on the analysis I just did, please leave them in chat and we will respond to a couple of them. I understand that I move very quickly with my technical analysis. If you want to, you can slow down the stream by hitting that little gear icon, slow it down to 0.75. I understand that. A lot of people talk about that, but I do want to be very respectful of your time, so I try and move through these things as quickly as I possibly can. Let's see what's going on in chat.
A lot of people asking about Cardano. We are talking about that here in just a second because, yes, we saw that price pump all the way to 170. Even though we're sitting right now at 163, we are very excited about what's happening in Cardano. That being said, that's one of my free ones because I have 36 I can say.
You have 35 now.
Now 30. That's all right. That's still a lot of that being said. And I'll use another one for free. All right. We are coming in very soon. We're going to cover Ethereum really quickly, and then we're going to jump into Cardano. And so just be patient because you want to definitely hear what we're talking about in that segment.
Yeah, and by the way, guys, we actually got our monetization back. I was complaining about that on, I think, Monday, and then the same day I was complaining. I was like, I haven't talked about it for 3 months, and I finally said, you know what? It's been 3 months. I'm going to complain about it a little bit and see if it does anything. Well, that day, it got fixed. So we are now monetized again, which means super chats are enabled. If you want to support the channel, we very much appreciate it. I think we are working very, very hard here to provide you guys as high quality, top-notch value as we possibly can. Any questions in chat, Tim is going to log a couple of them, but while those are flowing in, I do want to touch on a bit of a news story and an update coming out of China. So if we can jump onto my chart and onto my screen, I will show you what we are discussing. Signs the Bitcoin hash rate is starting to move away from China, so says the headline. Before I even begin this article, I need to tell you an interesting factoid. Something like 61% of global hash power exists in the nation of China. That is a very centralized way for the hash power to be distributed. So it's actually a very good thing if hash power leaves China, because if China decided overnight, okay, we want to be in charge of all the hash power, technically since the hash power is since the hash rate and the GPUs and the miners and the ASICs are inside of their borders, theoretically, they could confiscate them. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it is something that we want to be wary of. So signs that Bitcoin hash rate is starting to move away from China are very good things. The U.S. is slowly increasing its share of hash rate, which U.S. is either the second or the third largest miner, and it only makes up 6% of global mining power. That is something that we want to distribute. Although the majority of Bitcoin mining is still based in China, there are signs that that is beginning to shift elsewhere. Chun Wang, the founder of one of the biggest largest mining pools, F2 Pool, reported that China represents less than 1/2 of Bitcoin hash rate during April of 2020. Wang noted that it was the first time the pool had seen Chinese miners represent a minority of hash rate in its 8 years of operation. Here at F2 Pool Official, in April 2021, the first month of our 8-year operation, we have seen more Bitcoin hash rate coming from outside of China than from inside. The shift is forming, and this is a good thing for the decentralized nature of your favorite cryptocurrency. Wang reposted the data published on April the 22nd by digital currency group Barry Silbert, which revealed the United States Bitcoin-based mining pool Foundry had climbed to rank among the top 5 pools globally during April, commanding 7.6% share of hash rate. Let's go back to full screen. Let's discuss this. While those questions are flowing in, I'm going to give a little synopsis of this article and why you should care, because you should care. Bitcoin is a decentralized network. That's the entire reason that blockchain technology is needed for Bitcoin. If we didn't care about Bitcoin being centralized, then Bitcoin could run on a server somewhere in the Nevada desert and it wouldn't matter, because it could be centralized and it'd be fine. Blockchain technology is only effective in decentralized networks because otherwise it's actually incredibly inefficient from a programming standpoint. Blockchain technology is the reason that Bitcoin is able to be decentralized. And so if we care about Bitcoin being decentralized, we want to make sure that that decentralization shows up in every aspect of Bitcoin, especially in its mining power. So if China right now, which it does, controls half of the mining power and a little bit more, but is moving out of China, that's a very good thing for the decentralized future of Bitcoin. Why does that matter to you? Because you are invested in Bitcoin because of its decentralized nature, and that backs up its limited supply. I've used the analogy before that the decentralized nature is the military that defends the economy of the limited supply of Bitcoin. The decentralized nature is the defender, and the thing it's defending is the limited supply prospect of Bitcoin. So let's go ahead and let chat go crazy for a little bit. Looks like we have a 50 Hong Kong dollar donation coming in for Super Googly Lee, old school subscriber. You've been around the block for a while, my friend. Thank you so much. Said, hi, Jebb. Do you think TA works on alt BTC pairs as good as on alt USD pairs? Thanks. This is actually a fantastic question. For anyone wondering this, let me go ahead and try and answer this briefly. Do I think TA works on alt BTC pairs as good as alt USD pairs? Thanks. Here's the thing. Technical analysis is a method by which we are able to read the underlying emotions and objections and convictions of the traders. Technical analysis is us reading the price, and what is the price a reflection of? The price is a reflection of how people are trading and investing, which an investment is just a long-term trade. So it's actually just how people are trading. If people are buying a lot, then that's going to make the price go up. So if we see the price go up, we know people are buying a lot. It kind of goes both ways. Technical analysis, therefore, is a method by which we can ascertain the mass psychology of a market. So that question depends on where the majority of people are looking. If all the whales are looking at an altcoin BTC chart, then you should be looking at the altcoin BTC chart. If all the traders and all the whales are looking at an altcoin US dollar chart, then you should be looking at the altcoin US dollar chart. What I've found in my experience over the last 4 years in cryptocurrencies is that the top 5 to 10 cryptocurrencies in the market that are listed on US dollar trading pairs all over the place, typically those Bitcoin and altcoin US dollar pairs are the ones you want to be looking at. For example, on Ethereum and on Cardano, we look at the US dollar pairs because I think the majority of people are looking at those. For number 45, though, you're going to want to look at both. Not one, not the other, both. And the reason is because the people are going to be split as well. They're looking at US dollar tether charts because that's what they're used to, or onto something like a Maker Bitcoin pair. Great question. Great question.
There's a lot of questions, a lot of good questions here too. So here's the thing, guys. I am going to try to get to as many questions, whether I respond to them in chat or I give them to Jebb. There's one I'm going to give to Jebb here in a second.
Okay.
But if I don't get to your question, just so you guys know, you can always email us at support@cryptojebb.com, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. But a good question asked not that long ago by Richard Leda said, hey there, I am still a newbie to all of this, but have been investing in a good amount of crypto since Q1. I know we are in a bull market, but what indicators should we be looking at for a bear market? This is a question we probably get asked very frequently.
Yes.
So that's why I think this is a really good one to answer.
It's a fantastic question. So the first thing you have to understand about bull markets and bear markets is that they act like the tide. So I want to use an example from this book. This is called Technical Analysis of Stock Trends. If you want to go really in depth on the history of technical analysis and where it comes from in the Dow Jones Industrial and Rail averages going back to 1897 when a lot of those came into existence, that's a good book to read. It's called Technical Analysis of Stock Trends by Robert D. Edwards and John Maggie. Came out in 1947, I want to say. It's an old book. In that book, the author attributes bull and bear markets to being similar to something like the tides. So when the tide's coming in, there's going to be little waves, right? If the tide's coming in over the course of 10 hours or 12 hours or however long it takes, the tide's going to slowly inch up. But how does that tide do that? It moves 2 steps forward and then 1 step back, and then 2 steps forward and then 1 step back, and then 2 steps forward and then 1 step back. You've heard the whole mantra before. There's little waves, and those waves come up and they break, and the waves come in and the waves come out. But in general, the water's moving up because the tide's rising. So that's the way I want you to look at bull markets, is you need to look at a bull market as the tide is coming in. There's going to be little fluctuations in that market. Those are the uptrends and the downtrends. Those are called secondary movements to the primary movement, that is the bull or the bear market. You need to pay attention to those, yes, but the way you determine that you're moving out of a bull market and into a bear market is something that can be defined in 2 ways. Number one, there are a plethora of technical indicators that I've covered in previous videos that I'll cover in a future video, because that's a very good question. We actually talk about that in CT2A, by the way. We have a video. If you can jump on my screen really quickly, Smay. We have a video over here called Gauging the Strength of Bull and Bears, and also Gauging the Strength of Support and Resistance, and we have a video called Bull and Bear Markets. I go in a ton of detail in those 3 videos on this exact topic. Let's go back to full screen. In those videos, I talk about this. So there's a lot of indicators, but in short, the way that you can tell that you're going into a bear market is when you start making lower lows and lower highs on the long-term charts. I'm talking about looking at the day minimum, but really looking at the weekly chart. If you start to see that tide is going 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, but then all of a sudden it starts going 2 steps back and 1 step forward and 2 steps back and 1 step forward, then the tide is shifted and therefore the bull market has ended and you're moving into a bear market. That is the simplest way to describe that. That's a fantastic question. I want you guys to be asking questions like those because after all, if you want answers on how to become successful, those answers start with good questions. So if there's anything else, then we can go ahead and answer. But we do have some Ethereum TA we need to do because we still got to make time for Cardano.
Yes.
Can I say something real quick?
Sure, of course.
Guys, I just want to, we talked about this yesterday with the crew, so I wanted to fill you guys in on something. There's an opportunity. I don't know if I was going to put the picture on the screen. My chair outside, the one I sit in, guys, is busted. It's broken. Actually, when I started working here, we ordered it. The day it came in, it was broken. Okay. So it's simple as I say, I would like a new chair, to be able to sit and do work. And they said, okay, if this ad does well, then I get a chair. So guys, let's make it happen. I get a PewDiePie chair.
The thing is, Smay, the plan was on that Wednesday when Jebb was gone, we were going to make super chats. So every dollar donated in super chat was going to go straight to your chair. But you're not even going to be here. So maybe I'll get a PewDiePie chair and every dollar in super chat goes to my PewDiePie chair.
I'll be here Tuesday.
That's hilarious.
That's not going to do. That's not good enough.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, just anything you can do to help out, I'd be much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for your support. Guys, we have almost 3,000 people in chat. Let's see if we can't break 1,000 likes. We will be going into overtime today just because you guys seem to be very interested in the content that we're talking about here. If you want to learn more about technical analysis, there is currently a coupon code active called May the 4th, 2021. If you want access to the academy that'll teach you everything you need to know about technical analysis, then you should do so and invest in your own future by signing up with the link in the description box down below. We are going to go ahead and move on to some Ethereum technical analysis because as you guys know, Ethereum is sitting just below all-time high. So let's go ahead and jump on to my chart. I discussed this a little bit in yesterday's video, but I'm going to give a little bit of a refresher for anyone who missed that. We saw Ethereum was in a symmetrical triangle pattern with a downtrending level of resistance right here and an uptrending level of support right there. As of yesterday, Ethereum broke bullish out of that, and right now we have set a triple top here on $3,530. This is actually something that we talk about in CT2A. We have a video over here called Support and Resistance. In that video, I talk to you guys about what happens when a market hits the same level of resistance or support over and over and over again. I think of it like this. If someone knocks on your door once and you ignore it, that's one thing. If someone knocks on your door a second time and you ignore it, yeah, you're kind of a jerk, but that's fine. If someone knocks on your door...
Screen again?
Are
you talking right now?
I am on the chart. Okay, well, that's okay. Let's go ahead and go back to full screen, and we'll discuss while he is working on that. Here's the thing, guys. If you look on your own chart while Smay is working on correcting this technical difficulty, there is a triple top on Ethereum, and I'll go ahead and describe it to you. At 10 o'clock on the 4th of May, we saw Ethereum hit $3,530. On, let's see here, on 1900 hours, that would be 7 o'clock in the afternoon on the 5th, we saw Ethereum hit $3,530 again. And then 2 hours ago as well, we saw Ethereum hit that level a third time. That is what is known as a triple top. That triple top is indicating that we are trying to break $3,500 very, very desperately. Like I was saying, if someone knocks on your door once and you ignore it, okay, you're kind of mean. If you knock on a second time and you ignore it, okay, whatever. If you knock on a third time and that dude hasn't come to the door, then they really don't want to talk to you. Maybe they're just lazy on the first time. Maybe they're just busy on the second time. If they don't knock on your door the third time, because if you knock on a door 3 times, it's like, hey man, this is important, I need to get to talk to you. They don't care. Here's the thing. If you knock on a level of resistance 3 times, it's probably going to break. It's like, for example, let's say someone gives you a phone call and you don't pick it up, and then they don't call you back. Okay, it's probably nothing. Someone calls you a second time and you don't pick it up. You're like, are they okay? Nah, whatever, I'll talk to them later. If someone calls you a third time, that third time, there's something special about the number 3. You just kind of know, okay, it is now time. I'm going to pick up the phone call because something important is going on. Do we have this fixed? Is this going on?
It's like...
It's working.
Same as last time, but I don't know if it's going to...
That's all right. As far as the Ethereum technical analysis is concerned, guys, the main thing I wanted to talk about in this video anyway is just that triple top and saying that it's more than likely going to break.
So you can show it.
I do have the chart up? Yeah. Okay, awesome. We have a triple top right here on Ethereum, and I think it's going to break out. out, and I want to show you exactly why. It has to do with this article over here called Ether Traders Load Up on $8,000 Call Options in Bet Price that it will double by July. This is a big deal for anyone holding Ethereum, of which I am one. I'm very happy about this because I hold a lot of my Ethereum portfolio, our Ethereum portfolio, this company's Ethereum portfolio is up 9 times since January. Just by the way, crazy. Anyway, instead of increased demand for deep out-of-the-money call options is reflective of strong bullish sentiment. What does all this mean? I promise you in the next couple of minutes, you're going to understand what this is and why this is so important. Prices for Ether, the native cryptocurrency of the Ethereum blockchain, have already quadrupled this year. Now, some options traders are betting prices could double again by the end of next month. Market data reveals growing demand for Ether's deep out-of-the-money OTM call options, bullish bets with strike prices well above the spot market prices of the underlying asset. Again, don't worry if you're lost. I'm going to wrap it all up in a nice bow here in just a second. Ether has rallied from $2,000 to record highs over $3,500 in the past 10 days alone. On Tuesday, a single high net worth trader or group of traders bought 9,000 contracts of the $8,000 call expiring June 25th. That's not even into July. So let's go to full screen. I'll explain what this means for anyone who might be a little bit lost. What are options? What are all that? Don't worry about that for right now. Here's what I want you to worry about. What just happened? 9,000 contracts were placed betting that Ethereum was going to be over $8,000 by the end of June. What does that mean? It means that if we don't go over $8,000, they're SOL. What is 9,000 times 8,000? If I'm not wrong, that's $72 million worth of betting that Ethereum is going to be worth over $8,000 within 2 months. That's a big deal, and that is so let me put it this way. For a company to become successful, you have to have a vision of where that company is going to go. For a road trip to be enjoyable, you have to have a vision about where you want to go. You have to have some idea of what you're going to do once you get somewhere. You don't just load up your car with stuff and then start driving in some random direction. Generally speaking, if you're going to have a successful road trip, you got to have at least some kind of plan about where you're going. This right here is that lighthouse, that beacon that is helping to guide people that are in Ethereum right now, saying this is where we're going. This is what I think we're going to do. Some massive high net worth individual, by the way, you don't become a high net worth individual, generally speaking, without knowing what you're doing. They're betting that we're going to be doubling in the next 2 months. So are we going to do that? That's the question at hand. Is Ethereum going to $8,000 in the next 2 months? I want to hear your take on that, and we're going to be discussing it here on the stream. What's going on in chat, Tim?
Yeah, a lot of stuff happening in chat. So, guys, I'm so sorry that I'm not getting to every single question. That being said, that is another one of my frees. I really love having the freedom to say that whenever and not feeling bad about it.
You want to just do it again?
Yeah, why not? That being said,
there we go. Perfect.
All right.
Okay, I have that.
There was a great question asked a little bit ago, and it's not. What the heck is not giving me? Oh, that's why. Okay, I see. I copied and pasted it, and it for some reason, computers are a fun thing, you know. It's not giving me the way I need it.
Tell me about it.
It was Monique Acosta asked, how do we protect our crypto from impending bear market? Do we stake our crypto, exchange it into stablecoin? I'm kind of new here. And I saw a lot of people asking that question. Jebb, should I be staking my ADA? Should I be, how do I protect myself when that bear market does come?
So, it's a great question, right? Everyone wants to know, how do you protect yourself when a bear market is on the horizon? Are you invested in stocks? First of all, do you have a retirement portfolio in the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones Industrial Average, in tech stocks and rail stocks and industrial stocks? In investment circles, in retirement circles, do people try and exit the market when the market is going down? If they do, that's called a trader. Investors don't do that. That's not the purpose of investing in the stock market for the long run. You're just betting that, okay, if I buy it now and I sell it in 30 years, it's probably going to be worth more in 30 years than it is now, because on the S&P 500, for example, inflation adjusted, it averages 7% a year. The DJI averages 8% a year, whatever the number is. I'm going to invest in real estate. I'm going to average 12% a year. You work on the averages. There's an idiom, there's a saying anyway, in the stock market that says time in the market beats timing the market. So I propose this. With all due respect, we love our crypto noobs. Like, we love our crypto noobs. That is our job here as a channel, just so you guys know, is to take you from being a crypto noob to being a crypto expert so you can profit in these markets. So questions like this, I love answering because you're the kind of person I'm trying to talk to. You're the reason this entire channel exists, is because I'm trying to serve you. If you want to be a part of that journey, I encourage you to subscribe. We're about to hit 100K subs tomorrow. If you want to be here before that, because this channel is fast approaching 100K, you should go ahead and join. The question is this: should I sell? Should I stake? How do I protect myself from a bear market? If you can stake, sure, go ahead and stake. Should you sell? I don't think so. And I'll tell you why. I personally believe everything goes back to beliefs. Everything goes back to your why. Everything goes back to why you get out of bed in the morning. I've asked you guys many times, tell me in chat, why do you get out of bed in the morning? And if the answer is to feed the dog and to go to work, that ain't good enough. That's called survival. I want to know what your purpose is in life. And if you know that, it'll guide you. It'll be that beacon, just like that $8,000 Ethereum call option we talked about a second ago. If you know why you work in the cryptocurrency markets, then you won't have an interest in leaving Bitcoin if you truly agree with Bitcoin's ideology. What does this mean? I agree with the reason that Bitcoin is in existence. Why does Bitcoin exist? Bitcoin wants to bring financial freedom and financial liberation to hundreds of millions and billions of people who have had the institutions around us that work in our finances hold us down for their own gain. I believe in that. You might think this is crazy, what I'm about to say. I'm not invested in Bitcoin to make money. I mean, I like making money, and don't get me wrong. I've made a lot of money in Bitcoin, but that's not why I'm here. I can make money in real estate. I can make money in stocks. I can make money in business. I can make money in shipping. I can make money in flipping houses. I can make money in starting a website. I can make money in app development. I can make money in a lot of things. The reason I chose Bitcoin is not because I can make money in Bitcoin. I can make money everywhere. I chose Bitcoin because I believe in what Bitcoin believes. And if you believe in what Bitcoin believes, you're not going to have an interest in selling when the bear market starts. I have lived through an entire bear market. I was here in 2017 during the last bull market. I was here in 2018 and 19 during that bear market. I was here in 2020 during that bull market. I haven't sold a dime. For those of you guys who don't know this, I have never once sold a single Satoshi of Bitcoin, period. Now, I've made trades, of course. I've traded Bitcoin, and I've sold it into US dollar tether or a stable coin, or maybe even US dollars, and traded it back and forth. Sure, but what I'm saying is I've never taken money out of crypto, even when I, as a technical analyst, knew a bear market was starting. Why? Because I believe in what Bitcoin believes. And if you believe in Bitcoin in the long run, which I do, that will be your foundation upon which your entire portfolio will be built. That's a great question, and I'll go into more detail in a future video, but that's, believe it or not, the brief answer. Alex Bowler, Bowler, someone that has been here for a very long time, recognize that name, donated $25, said, so amazing to see how far this channel and community has come since 2018. Congrats on the 100K subs. Thank you so much, man. I think we're going to hit it tomorrow. Yeah. It is a Vincero watch, Lemon.
Ricardo Ibanez, he's giving an option contract for people to bet on whether I'm going to say that being said 15 more times. So that's one. So now it's just down to 14. Let me know. If there's a lot of attention there, I can make things like that happen.
That is a lot of attention.
And put us in the positive. You know?
Guys, if you want to be part of all the little jokes and games we have going here on the channel, because we try not to take ourselves too seriously, you should hit that subscribe button. We are 700 subscribers away from 100K, and I got a funny feeling that we are going to be hitting it today or tomorrow. If you want to be here for 100K, because we're fast on track to hitting 1 million in the next couple of years, join the channel and sign up for the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. If you want to learn everything you need to know about technical analysis and become a technical analysis expert, you should do so and invest in your own future. The link's down below. For a limited time only, ending tomorrow at midnight, there's a coupon code. Call May the 4th, May the 4th, 2021. You can find that link in the description box down below. It'll get you $60 off the CT2A. 66. You're absolutely right. What do we got, Tim?
All right, it is time. People are asking for it. Cardano. What is happening in Cardano, Jebb?
Guys, let's go ahead and do it. Are we good to jump on my charts, May?
I hope so.
I hope so. Well, we shall see. It's really funny.
Hey, it's working.
It's working. Yay! Okay, so everybody wants to know what's going on Cardano. Great question. Let's answer. Here's the thing on Cardano. Cardano has an inverse head and shoulders pattern, an inverse Batman symbol, as we've been talking about here on the last couple of days. It looks like this. It is probably one of the ugliest inverse head and shoulders patterns I have seen in a long time. And by the way, I know what ugly looks like because I look in the mirror every morning. This looks terrible, but it is still valid because people are looking at it as an inverse head and shoulders pattern. Technical analysis is the art of understanding what other people think. Other people see it as an inverse H&S, which means that it is. If we find out where the neckline is on this inverse head and shoulders pattern, it's right there. Why is it right there? Because this top and this top are defined to make this an inverse head and shoulders pattern. That means that we can build a price target based on our absolute low at 94 cents, pulling it all the way up to the neckline, and then we can extrapolate. What's our price target here? Well, I said this in a previous video. It's $1.85. About a week ago, I predicted $1.85 Cardano. It is now moving in that direction. It's sitting at $1.61. As far as the shorter term analysis that actually got us there is concerned, we had a level of resistance, an uptrending level of resistance, a downtrending level of resistance, and an uptrending level of support sitting right here. This is what is known as a symmetrical triangle pattern. Inside of symmetrical triangle patterns, pressure builds. The volume drops. The volatility drops. People build up tension. You think of it as like a spring that's coiling up, and then eventually the spring breaks. Well, in this case, the spring broke up. We expected that it was going to do that because we made that prediction based on the inverse head and shoulders pattern, and because we moved to the upside inside of this symmetrical triangle pattern and are now breaking north. This is a very good thing for anyone holding Cardano, and I'll tell you why I think this is happening. I think this is happening because of fundamentals. I'm going to show you the chart, but as far as I'm concerned, I think this is very much involved with the fundamental developments on Cardano. We can see right now that Cardano's RSI is sitting at 67. We can see the MACD is trending to the upside. We can see the volume is healthy. We can see that it is not overextended on TD sequential. We can see that there is a bullish green engulfing candlestick right here. In Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, we have a video over here on how to read candlestick charts. Then I have another video over here on Introduction to Candlestick Analysis. In that video, I talk about something that you're only going to see on this channel because I don't see anyone else talking about it. I call it a bullish engulfing candlestick right here. The red candlestick is smaller than the green. That's a very bullish sign. Let's go to full screen. The analysis right now looks very bullish on Cardano, but of course it does. Why does the analysis look very bullish on Cardano? Well, we did a stream about a week ago when the Cardano Africa special came out. I think that's why. Once Cardano Africa came out, there was a consensus in the cryptocurrency space that it was boring. Oh no, it was boring. Events are boring sometimes, guys. I hate to break it to you. Here's the thing. Whether or not it was boring or interesting doesn't actually change the fact that it was a very good event for Cardano. Why? Because it informed the public of what Cardano was doing. Up until this point, the last 7 years Cardano's been in existence, it's been a lot of talk. Now the money is being put where their mouth is. Now the rubber's hitting the road. Now Cardano is actually implementing certain solutions to real-world problems like the identity crisis that's going on in Africa. There are 1.2 billion people in Africa that barely have access to internet, electricity, identification, and all of the other things upon which modern society is built. Cardano is attempting to solve that, and they're starting in Ethiopia with 5 million high school students by giving them some form of decentralized identification so that they are able to properly work in a first world 21st century educational system. That's a big deal. They're moving into other countries as well. There's a lot of other announcements that are coming out. So the fact that we saw Cardano Africa come out and then Cardano didn't explode was curious. A lot of people expected that Cardano Africa was going to break and then Cardano was going to moonshot. Instead, it dropped 10%. What gives? Well, sometimes the news that everyone's been anticipating can't live up to the hype. There's a lot of video games that have come out lately. For example, Cyberpunk 2077. Anybody who remembers the saga of that story, it was the first game to be taken off of the PlayStation platform by Sony. That game had so much hype built up around it that you would have had to have the best game ever created to live up to the hype. So naturally, when a game that has that much hype built up launches, it is almost certainly going to be a letdown because it's just not going to be as perfect as everybody thought it was going to be. Right? Everybody was super excited about Cardano Africa Special. It's not going to be the second coming of Christ, guys. It's just a video. It's just a documentary. It's just an announcement. So a lot of people got bored. Okay. So they dropped the price. But here's the thing. The fundamentals still got better. And that is going to be reflected in the price. So yeah, the boredom was reflected in the price insofar as the price dropped 10%, but now those fundamentals are rearing their ugly head because at the end of the day, the long-term price action of a cryptocurrency is built on the back of strong fundamentals. Cardano's fundamentals may be some of the strongest in all the altcoin space. I want to hear your thoughts on that in the chat. That's why I think Cardano is rallying.
Yeah, great questions, yay, guys. There was one asked a while ago. I did not want to interrupt the technical analysis, though, but somebody asked, Jebb, do you think this is going to be a super cycle are we going to continue, or is this just a normal cycle like the previous ones?
So the thing about that question is that there's many different ways that people use the term super cycle. I'm assuming they're talking about an altcoin cycle happening, and then that's going to lead into a Bitcoin cycle. I call that the altcoin engine on my channel. Whatever the term is, I think that's what you're talking about. The terminology, Cryptocurrency is decentralized, right? That means that there's no central authority saying this is what this term means and this is what this term means, and it can lead to confusion. I think right now that the altcoins are doing very well because we're in what is known as the third phase of a bull market. In the third phase of a bull market, and that, by the way, that doesn't mean the bull market's about to end. It just means that we're in a certain type of bull market. The large power players in a market, in the stock market, this would be Apple, Google, Facebook, the Netflix, these major companies, they start to slow down. They stop moving so much. They are not very volatile anymore. Bitcoin. And then the smaller power players, the smaller players, the penny stocks, they start boom, pop off, boom, 200%, boom, 300%, boom, 1400%. What does that look like? It looks like Dogecoin and Maker and DAI, or not DAI, but all these other little altcoins that everybody's talking about. We're in the third phase of a bull market, which means in the third phase of a bull market, based on technical analysis fundamentals that was discovered in the 20s, the large guys slow down and the little guys start popping off like popcorn kernels. That's what we're seeing right now. That's where an altcoin cycle comes from. The big dude slows down. That's Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ethereum's not slowing down because it's an altcoin. Bitcoin slows down and the altcoins start doing very well. The thing is, that eventually reverses. Eventually, Bitcoin gets undervalued compared to the altcoins because Bitcoin's top dog and the value leaves the altcoins. People take profit and they put it in Bitcoin. Right now, we are in the altcoin phase, but that's going to eventually reverse into the Bitcoin phase. So don't get too exuberant on altcoins because their time is going to come in the same way Bitcoin's time for sideways trading has come now. That doesn't mean that the altcoins are all going to crash and burn, but that does mean that some of them are. Be very careful with what altcoins you're invested in. Right now, the only altcoins I'm really invested in are Ethereum and Cardano. Good question.
You know, Jebb, a question, I don't even know if someone's asking this in chat, but I believe people would probably be asking this question because I'm asking this question. And I think there's a lot of times where, we call me crypto, the non-crypto Tim. I've only been in crypto for, 4 months now, 5 months now?
Yeah. Technically about a year because you bought Bitcoin back in August.
Buying does not mean you know anything. I was
That's
just
true.
based off of sound, friendly advice. When I started caring and paying attention was in January.
That's true.
So the question I would ask is right now, Jebb, it seems like we are in a world of a lot of fundamental news being the dictator. We have a lot of price volatility. Don't get me wrong. Cardano community, you guys have loved Cardano for a long time. It's not that you guys stopped loving Cardano, but we got really quiet for a little bit, right? Because the last couple of days, I've seen comments, I've seen people on other videos as well, kind of pooping on Cardano, not really talking much very highly about it. But now all of a sudden we see a price go ridiculous, and now people are coming out of the woodwork saying, "Oh, Cardano's the best thing ever." There's a lot of volatility right now, right? Technicals can get very skewed. I know Cardano is one of the hardest coins to read technicals on right now.
At the moment, yeah.
But as we get better and as we actually get closer to it being used as a practical application, and like you just said, looking at the history of technical analysis that was developed in what year you said?
Well, I mean, technical analysis goes all the way back to over 100 years ago, but...
So would you say that there will become a time where the fundamental news being the massive move in the price variation will begin to dwindle and it will move more towards a consistent technical analysis being the price? I mean, fundamental analysis will always come out, but like right now, one piece of news can make Cardano jump by like 50% in one day. Will there become a day where that is not possible?
So the technical trader, I'm going to see if I can find this section in this book. I have it all highlighted and sticky noted and everything. The technical trader who uses technical analysis, let's see, I have it right here. Okay, so on page 13 of this book, this comes from something called the Dow theory of technical analysis, which dates back to when the Dow Jones Industrial and Rail Averages came into existence in the late 1800s. One of the main principles and precepts of the Dow theory is this: the averages discount everything. I'm going to read directly from the book briefly. Because they reflect the combined market activities of thousands of investors, including those possessed of the greatest foresight and the best information on trends and events, that being fundamental news, the averages in their day-to-day fluctuations discount everything known. By discount, they mean incorporate everything known, everything foreseeable, and every condition which can affect the supply or the demand for corporate securities, or in this case, cryptocurrencies. Even unpredictable natural calamities, when they happen, are quickly appraised and their possible effects discounted. So what that means is that every single event that happens is going to be incorporated into the price. The reason we do technical analysis is because the price is reflective of everything happening in the space, because people like you and me are going to read the news and we're going to make a trade based off of it. So what the price of Bitcoin does, and the reason we do analysis on the price action of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, is because the price is an information metric. Let me say that again. The price is a metric of information on what? on what people think of the market. All news is if you boil it down to its simplest form, all news is a way in which you change people's opinion on something. If Bitcoin was the greatest thing since sliced bread, but nobody actually cared, it'd be worth zero. It's not actually worth $1 trillion because of blockchain and decentralization and digital cash. It's worth $1 trillion because blockchain, decentralized cash, limited supply is something people care about. So at its very essence, the entire reason we do technical analysis is because the price discounts everything. What does that mean? The price reflects the emotions and the logic and the influences of the traders. So from the beginning of technical analysis and forever, the price will always reflect what the fundamentals are saying. That's why fundamental analysis is great, and it can be a leading indicator of the price because the news breaks before the price moves. That's just the timeline of events. But there's never going to be a place in time where the technical analysis is invalid, and that's not what he was saying. The fundamentals are always going to be important, but the fundamentals and the price, no matter what the market conditions look like, are always going to have that exact same relationship. The fundamentals change opinions, which lead to trades, which changes the price. The fundamentals change opinions, which leads to trades, which changes the price. That's how you can think about it. Great question, by the way.
Yeah,
great question.
It just seems like
That's
we've seen a lot. Like a piece of news will make the price of a coin jump. I mean, look at what's happening in Dogecoin. It literally rides and dies based off of news. But if you look at the stock market, you're not going to see those massive swings just because a new piece of information. It might give a bonus or a downside.
And so why is that? So the reason that is the case, and that's a great point, the reason that's the case is because the people in the stock market, the people behind the actual trades that are driving the price, are less likely to make big movements. In cryptocurrencies, people are much, much more all over the place, like, oh, I want to make a movement here and here and here and here. We're a much more fast-paced community than the community behind the stock market, so therefore the price actually reflects our nature. In fact, you can look at the stock market and say, okay, it doesn't have a lot of volatility, must be a pretty slow-moving company that is a slow-moving community behind it, which makes sense because there's a bunch of people invested in it that won't touch it for 30 years. In crypto, there's a lot less investors and a lot more speculation, so naturally the price reflects that. That's one of the ways that you can use that idea of math psychology that we teach in the academy and apply it to real-world technical and fundamental analysis. It's really important you guys understand this, and if you want to understand more, you can use the link in the description box down below to join the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy.
That's big stuff. By the way, just in case you guys are wondering, this is the stuff, if you're new to the stream, because I think there's a lot of people new to the stream, this is the hard-hitting, big information that Jebb talks about day in and day out, and we discuss. So we are less than 500 subscribers away from 100,000. If you want to be a part of us hitting that goal today, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. We're going to move back and answer a couple more questions in chat because we got about 9 minutes left until this stream is over. So subscribe, like, and ask questions. I have seen a lot of questions, Jebb, about, we haven't really talked about it too much, but we did during the planning meeting, Ethereum Classic. What are your thoughts on Ethereum Classic? Should people, because it pumped a lot, should people move any money over there or not touch it?
So to be fair, Ethereum Classic is... So I haven't looked into the fundamentals of Ethereum Classic in a while. To be clear, I don't really know exactly what's going on the development landscape with Ethereum Classic. What I can tell you is this: Ethereum Classic was a hard fork of Ethereum from a lot of developers that weren't happy about the direction Ethereum was going. It's kind of what Cardano is, actually, is it's one of the founders, Charles Hoskinson, former ornithologist, decided, I don't like what Ethereum's doing, I'm going to go start my own thing, and he's become very successful. The problem is Ethereum Classic is not very well adopted by people. And remember, the price is simply reflective of what people think. The majority of people think Ethereum is a better project than ETH Classic. It doesn't actually matter if it is. It just means what people it just matters what people believe. There are plenty of companies that are overvalued because the community believes that they're worth something. And so therefore they are, because the worth comes from what they believe in the first place. That's why belief is so important in analysis. Ethereum Classic rallying might have something to do with the fundamental development. I don't know. I can't keep up with every altcoin, guys. Some people get mad at me. They're like, Jebb, why don't you know about this altcoin? It's like, you know that there are 16,000 altcoins? I can't keep up with every one of them. I'm sorry.
How in the world, Jebb, do you not have time to study every 1,000 altcoin while you're also running a business? That's just irresponsible.
It's almost like I work 70 hours a week behind it's almost like I have it's almost like I got up at 6 o'clock this morning. I'm going to be up till 10 o'clock tonight and doing nothing but working on the entire business on the company we have behind it. It's almost like we got 11 employees and, a giant payroll and staff and salary and vision and plans and things that we're trying to do to fix you. Anyway, I'll find time to analyze all 16,000 altcoins. As far as Ethereum Classic pumping, guys, I'm really not the guy to ask. I'm trying to think of a nice way to say that. I'm just going to tell you. I'm not.
Yeah. No, I see a lot of questions on here about different coins. People are asking about what your thoughts on VeChain. Obviously, people are still asking.
I do know a little bit about VeChain.
Do you have a thought you want to give real quickly on VeChain?
Yeah, so VeChain is attempting to solve the problem of identification of resources in supply chain logistics, which that sounds complicated. It's really just information tracking. As far as I can tell, it's a pretty decent project. It seems to have real-world application that is going to drive its price to the upside. I think it's a good project. It's another altcoin I don't know a ton about, but I do think it's a good project. I specialize mainly in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano, mainly Bitcoin and Ethereum, but I think VeChain's a decent project. Let us see. We have another 7 minutes in the chat, guys. We are finishing this stream at 10:30. If you want to join this channel before it hits 100K subs today or tomorrow, make sure you do that, guys. Let me tell you one reason why you should join this channel. I'm going to give you a little sales pitch here. I'll tell you why you ought to subscribe to the channel. Here's why. Because this may be one of the only channels on YouTube that has integrity as a core value. There are a few others. I think BitBoy Crypto, he's definitely an integral guy. I like him. Ben, he's a friend of mine. A lot of YouTube channels are going to do what it takes to make their money, and they're going to clickbait you, and they're going to trick you, and they're not going to give you high-quality information the way that we're going to. And they're not going to put their integrity above profit. I'm not calling anyone out in particular. I'm not even saying if it's half or that. The point is that that's something that we take very seriously. I take my words so seriously that in Wednesday's stream, was it Wednesday or Tuesday we talked about Dogecoin? What video was it we talked about Dogecoin?
I think it was like 2 days ago.
It was 2 days ago. Tuesday, whatever. Whenever we talked about Dogecoin, we could have gotten 15,000 concurrent watching that stream if we had been pumping Dogecoin. I think we had 2,000 people watching live because we were talking about how we don't like Dogecoin. Very unpopular opinion. Cost us a lot of money. We're in the middle of a sale promoting the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. We could, no lie, if we had shilled Dogecoin, it would have made us probably $20,000 or $30,000. We didn't do that because we put our integrity and we put our word above profit. Period. And you might not find that many other places on YouTube. I'm just telling you that's not the way this industry works, but we are going to change that. And if you want to be part of that mission, subscribe to the channel because every single subscriber here is valued and we care about you and we want to see you be successful. And that is why we are here. That's not just something we put on a wall and we say, hey, look, we're for the people. No, that is why we come to work every day. And if you want to be a part of that, subscribe to the channel. I got goosebumps, guys. I'm so tired of people saying that and not meaning it. We mean it. If you want to be a part of that, subscribe.
We are growing larger day in and day out, but one of the advantages right now with us not being one of the largest YouTube channels, and we are fighting actively as we grow larger to maintain this, Jebb reads every single email that comes in directly. Like if someone says Jebb in that email, said, I want to talk to Jebb, he reads those. And just so you guys know, I've watched, Jebb and I have wrestled. We have like, how do we respond to this? We've had people write to us with disaster stories.
Yeah. Well, one time when we were flying to Keystone, you remember that?
Yes.
I remember that story. He was talking about his son. He was talking about his family. I'm not going to go into it, but
we take so seriously the responsibility of the words that come out of our mouth and how they might impact you. We tell you guys over and over again, we are not financial advisors. Please do not take one word that we say and only use that word to make your trades, because at the end of the day, it does not help you just to listen to Jebb's words and then make your decisions. The point of this channel is not to tell you what to think and what to do. The point of this channel is to teach you how to think and how to go about doing what you do. So yes, Jebb is going to give his opinion. I'm going to give my opinion. Smay's going to give his opinion. But ultimately, the only opinion that matters to you is your own opinion. And that is why we put every bit of our energy into education and educating you guys, not just telling you what you need to know, but telling you how you need to think about what you do know. And that is why, that's what sets us apart, is that we do avidly care about each individual, and we dread every email that comes in where someone gives us their story of how their life completely got wrecked by a terrible trade, by a terrible investment. And that is why you see us talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and not really stretch into all these little altcoins. Because while there are a couple of them that could do very, very well, anything we don't know the details of, we are not going to give an informed opinion on, because it would just be so horrible to tell you guys, oh, go invest in this coin, and then it flops and you lose everything. That's also the reason why we're not very positive about, I like the thought behind Dogecoin. I might let Jebb kind of chime in here. I like that thought behind Dogecoin, but there will come a day, I don't know when, where Dogecoin will flop and people will lose a lot of money. Yep. So it's not, we want you to make money, but we don't want you to get destroyed in the process.
Yep. Guys, I can't tell you how many emails I've gotten of two calibers. Either one, talking about how their life was completely destroyed, or two, how their life was completely changed for the better. And I'll wrap the stream out with this. There's one difference between those two emails. There's one difference between the person that emails me and tells me they're on the brink and the person that emails me and says they just made a ton of money. Number one is Jesus, obviously, but number two to that is this. Did they invest in their future at the expense of today? It costs us something monetarily as a business with 11 employees and payroll and staff and a business and an office and everything. It costs us monetarily every single time we choose integrity over money. Monetarily. Money. I'm talking 5 figures here. This is not a small business anymore, guys. It costs us money every time we choose integrity. But just like those people that are successful in cryptocurrency, we choose the future and the end result over today. We choose integrity because we know that if we're going to become a billion-dollar company like we know dang well we are going to, then we only want to be there if we are going to carry that baton correctly. And we are not going to do it disrespectfully. We are not going to do it and leave the little guy behind. I am not going to walk through a door and shut it behind me so that you guys can't follow in the footsteps that I have tread. I am going to lead you guys to becoming profitable and successful in cryptocurrency markets. Why? Because I care about you. Because I get up every morning and I say, how can I go and make the world a better place? How can I see how much potential I have? How can I bring that out of others? If that's something you're interested in, subscribe to the channel and hit that like button and join the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. Not because it's going to make me money, but because it's going to make you money and because it's going to help you to learn these skills that changed my life. Guys, I came from nothing. If you're just now tuning into the show for the first time, I came from nothing. I came from $1,000 a month kind of home. I came from a no friends kind of home. I came from socially awkward. I came from a lot of different problems. I came from depression. Came from anxiety. Came from a lot of things that I don't even want to go into on camera. And because I followed Jesus and because I invested in my future, those two things and those two things alone are the things that got me out of that hellhole. If you want to invest in your future, then do so. I have a method that you can do so with. It's called the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. The link's in the description box down below. Use coupon code May4th 2021 to get $66 off at checkout. And by the way, if you're looking for a great trading platform, you can sign up for Bybit. That link is down below also. If you're new to cryptocurrency, be careful with leverage. It's dangerous, but if you know what you're doing, it can be very useful. That affiliate link does help us out.
I just also want to ask, changing, that was a really serious and deep, but good moment. Changing and getting a little lighthearted. If you want to ask any questions that we did not answer in this stream, email us at support@cryptojebb.com. And I'm really quickly going to update because this is part of our stream. We're running over, but this is overtime. For those of you who have been following us, we do a prediction every Monday just as a game, the three of us, to predict where Cardano, Ethereum, and Bitcoin is going to be. I'm just going to update you guys because we will find out who wins tomorrow at 9:30. Jebb is sitting pretty because his prediction of Cardano is 150 compared to mine at 146 and Smay's at 145. I'm liking his guess there. Ethereum, he guessed 3,300 versus mine $3,064 and Smay's 3,000. And he's also sitting nice at Bitcoin, but we'll see what's going to happen there because he predicted 61,000. I said 61,635 and Smay said 65,500. Join back tomorrow at 9:30. Find out who wins. It probably looks like it's going to be Jebb, but you know what? Good for Jebb. He reads the market. He does his technical analysis. If you want to know more about that, like we've said over and over again, sign up for CT2A. There's a discount code for only today and tomorrow, right?
It ends tomorrow
night at midnight.
Yep.
You want to run the ad again real quick?
Yeah, let's do it. Run that ad.
All right, baby.
Execute Order 66.
Yes, my lord. Use coupon code May4th for $66 off the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. Link in the description.
Do it.
Alrighty, we back.
Guys, if you did enjoy today's live stream, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We're about to hit 100K subs probably before we go and do today's afternoon video. We have some really special things coming up over the next 6 to 12 months. You're not going to want to miss it. Make sure you follow us on social media at CryptoJebb over on Instagram and Twitter. Make sure to sign up for the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. The link is below. The sale ends tomorrow at midnight. It will not be extended a millisecond. If you want to get in now because we're not going to be running a sale like that for a while. Guys, before I go, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you from the bottom of my heart for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.